Hello students, in today's video we will be seeing about Kittur Rani Chennamma 1824. Before getting into the video, if anyone is seeing the channel for the first time, please do subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends and click the bell button to receive notifications. Now let us get into the video. Rebellion of Kittur, Brave Queen Chennamma 1824. After defeating the Marathas, Tipu and Hyder Ali, the British brought many changes in the administration. So here we are going to see about the rebellion done by Queen Chennamma of Kittur. So let us see the background of the rebellion. What happened that led to the rebellion? After defeating Marathas, Tipu and Hyder Ali, the British brought many changes in the administration. One such rule was denying the right of adopted children over the throne. So when we have studied doctrine of lapse, we have learned about the denying the right of adopted children by the British. So British denied the right of adopted children over the throne. The rebellion led by Chennamma, the Queen of Kittur, against this law was an important one. So Queen Chennamma was the person who led this rebellion against British in Kittur. Kittur is an area between Dharwad and Belgaum. So now the rebellion led by Chennamma, the Queen of Kittur, against this law was an important one, and Kittur is an area between Dharwad and Belgaum in Karnataka. After the death of King Mallasarja, Queen Chennamma took active interest in the administrative matters. So now let us see the background of the rebellion. After the death of King Mallasarja, Queen Chennamma took active interest in the administrative matters. Their elder son, Shivalingarudra Sarja, took over the reign of Kittur. So after his father's death, their elder son, Shivalingarudra Sarja, took over the reign of Kittur. So King Mallasarja was ruling Kittur. After his death, his wife Queen Chennamma took active interest in the administrative matters, and their elder son, that is Shivalingarudra Sarja, took over the rule of Kittur. Due to his failing health, Chennamma had to take care of the day-to-day administration. So Shivalingarudra Sarja's health was failing. He had some health issues, and because of this, Rani Chennamma had to take care of the day-to-day administration. Shivalinga Sarja supported the British during Maratha War. So Shivalingarudra Sarja had supported the British during Maratha War. As a result, the British entered an agreement with Kittur and collected payment from him. So this had happened before. During the Maratha War, Shivalingarudra Sarja had supported the British. And because of this, British had entered an agreement with Kittur and had collected payment from him. This was during the time of Thomas Munroe. This was during the time when Thomas Munroe was the British officer. After the death of Shivalingarudra Sarja, Chennamma adopted a boy named Shivalingappa. So already we have told that the health of Shivalingarudra Sarja was failing, and after his death, Chennamma adopted a boy named Shivalingappa. Thackeray was the collector and political agent of British in Dharwad. So during this time, Thackeray was the collector and political agent of British in Dharwad. A report was sent to the governor of Bombay and attempted to take over Kittur kingdom under the doctrine of lapse. So it was during this time that British noticed that Shivalingappa was the adopted son of Chennamma, and that report was sent to the governor of Bombay, and what they did, they attempted to take over Kittur kingdom under the doctrine of lapse. So we have already studied about doctrine of lapse. If the ruler of any kingdom dies without a natural heir, then that kingdom will directly go to the hands of the British. So here also what happened, Shivalingappa was the adopted son. When Shivalinga Sarja died, that time there was no natural heir there, and Shivalingappa was the adopted son. So according to doctrine of lapse, the kingdom will directly go on to the British. So British attempted to take over Kittur kingdom under the doctrine of lapse policy. He attempted to take over the treasury and fort under his control. So that time Thackeray was the collector and he attempted to take over the treasury and fort under his control. So if we see the background once more, after the death of Mallasarja, Chennamma, the queen, took active interest in the administrative matters. And after this, their son Shivalingarudra Sarja was ruling Kittur. But his health was failing. Because of this, Chennamma had to take care of the day-to-day activities and day-to-day administration. Shivalingarudra Sarja had supported the British during Maratha War, and as a result of this, they had entered an agreement and British had collected payment from him. That was during the time of Thomas Munroe. After the death of Shivalingarudra Sarja, Chennamma adopted a boy named Shivalingappa. During that time, Thackeray was the collector and political agent of British in Dharwad. A report was sent to the governor of Bombay and they attempted to take over Kittur kingdom under the doctrine of lapse policy. According to doctrine of lapse, a ruler who dies without a natural heir, the kingdom will be taken over by the British. He attempted to take over the treasury and fort under his control. And Chennamma considered war as inevitable and started preparing for the war. When British started doing all these, Rani Chennamma decided that now it is the time for a war. A war is inevitable and she started preparing for the war. The British also prepared themselves for the war. So when British came to know that Rani Chennamma was preparing for the war, the British also prepared themselves for the war. Thackeray was shot dead in the battle. In the battle which followed, Thackeray was shot dead. Many Britishers were taken as prisoners. Rani Chennamma succeeded. Many Britishers were taken as prisoners of the war. The British again attacked Kittur under the leadership of Colonel Deak. So that in the first attempt, Rani Chennamma became successful. Thackeray was shot dead and many Britishers were taken as prisoners. Now the Britishers for the second time attacked Kittur, but this time it was under the leadership of Colonel Deak. Chennamma fought fiercely with the aid of Lieutenant Sangolli Rayanna, but was captured by the British army. But this time Rani Chennamma fought very fiercely with the help of Lieutenant Sangolli Rayanna, but she was captured by the British army. She was defeated and captured by the British army. Chennamma and others were imprisoned at Bylahongala fort. So all these people, all these prisoners were imprisoned at Bylahongala fort. Queen Chennamma passed away in the prison. Rani Chennamma passed away there only, in the prison only she passed away. She has remained an ideal person till today. Rani Chennamma, Kittur Rani Chennamma's name has been an ideal name in the history till today. She was one of the first female freedom fighters to resist British colonization. Her name is so famous because she was one of the first female freedom fighters to resist British colonization. So when Rani Chennamma prepared herself for the war, British also prepared themselves. Thackeray was shot dead, and in the first attempt Rani Chennamma succeeded and many Britishers were taken as prisoners. The British again attacked Kittur under the leadership of Colonel Deak. Chennamma fought very fiercely with the help of Lieutenant Sangolli Rayanna, but she was captured by the British army. She and others were imprisoned at Bylahongala fort. Queen Chennamma passed away in the prison only. She was one of the first female freedom fighters to resist British colonization. So I hope all the points regarding Kittur Rani Chennamma is very clear. And please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you soon in the next video. Thank you for watching.